If you want to succeed faster, you need to fail more. I know that sounds backwards, and hear me out. Most people spend years avoiding failure, playing it safe, perfectionism, waiting for the right moment. And I've built companies by doing the exact opposite, deliberately increasing my failure rate. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why the people winning the most are also losing the most. The 3-step system I use to fail intelligently instead of recklessly, and the surprising math behind why doubling your failure actually cuts your timeline to success in half. Because here's what nobody tells you about the most successful people you admire. They've failed way more than you ever have. My definition of success isn't what most people think. It's not about the wins on my resume or the revenue in my bank account. My definition of success is this: to double my rate of failure. And here's what happened when I actually started living this way. The year I set a goal to fail more, I made more money than the previous 3 years combined. The month I tracked my rejections, I celebrated getting ghosted by prospects. Instead of tracking my wins, I had more success than ever. This isn't motivational fluff. This is the single most powerful mindset shift that's driven every major breakthrough in my career. And it might be exactly what's missing from yours. Let me tell you what nobody wants to admit. The most successful people in any field have the highest failure rate, not in spite of their success, because of it. That coach you follow who seems to close clients so easily, they've been told no more times this month than you have all year. That entrepreneur who's launched looked flawless. They've had 3 programs completely flop that you've never heard about. That person whose content always seems to hit, they've posted dozens of things that died with 12 views and 0 comments. The difference between you and them isn't talent, it's not strategy, it's not even luck, it's volume. They've been willing to suck in public more times than you have. Here's the brutal truth. If your success rate is 10%, which is pretty normal when you're building something, then the only way to get more wins is to rack up more losses. You want 10 clients, you need to hear no from 90 people. You want 1 viral piece of content, you need 49 pieces that nobody shares. Most people fail 5 times, get discouraged, and they quit. Meanwhile, the person who fails 50 times in the same time frame gets 5 wins, and suddenly they're an overnight success. Everyone's talking about it. The bottleneck has never been your talent, it's your tolerance for looking stupid. Now, I'm not telling you to fail recklessly. There's a massive difference between intelligent failure and just being careless. So let me give you the exact 3-step system I use to fail fast, fail forward, and actually learn something in the process. Step 1, design for speed, not perfection. Every time I'm launching something new, a product, a campaign, an outreach strategy, I ask myself one question: what's the ugliest version of this I can test this week? Not this month, this week. Because here's what I've learned the hard way. The market will tell me I'm wrong about something. Maybe it's my messaging, maybe it's my price point, maybe it's the entire concept. And I won't know what I'm wrong about until I put something out there. So instead of spending 3 months building the perfect webinar, I hop on a Zoom call with 8 people in a slide deck I made in an hour. Instead of designing a gorgeous lead magnet, I literally send a Google Doc and ask, do you want this? Instead of crafting the perfect 6 email sequence, I send 5 personalized DMs and see which one gets responses. Here's a real example. I once spent 6 weeks building a high-ticket group program, custom branding, video sales letter, 50-slide pitch deck, the works. I pitched it to several warm leads who already expressed interest. 0 sales, not 1. So I scrapped everything except the core concept, jumped in a call with someone who said no and said, hey, forget all the fancy stuff. Here's what I'm actually going to help you do. It's rough, I'm testing it, and if you're in, I'll give you 50% off to be a founding member. Sold several spots that week. The program that failed taught me what the market actually wanted. Speed gives you feedback. Perfection gives you delay. And delay kills more dreams than failure ever will. Step 2, the 5-minute failure debrief. Here's where most people completely miss the point. They fail, feel bad about it, scroll Instagram to forget about it, and move on as quickly as possible. That's not failing forward. That's just failing twice. Once when it didn't work, and again when you refuse to learn from it. After every single failure, and I mean every single one, I do a 5-minute debrief. 3 questions. Question 1, what did I think would happen? 2, what actually happened? And question 3, what's the one thing I'm changing next time? That's it. No shame spiral, no over-analysis. Just extract the lesson and move on. And here's what's wild. When I review it every month, I see patterns I would have completely missed otherwise. Like, I noticed I was getting ghosted after discovery calls where I talked for more than 20 minutes. Pattern. So I set a timer and let them talk more. Close rate doubled. I noticed posts where I asked a question in the first sentence got 3 times more engagement than posts where I made a statement. Pattern. Changed my content strategy overnight. These aren't things I learned from a course. I learned them by failing, paying attention, and adjusting. Most people fail and forget. I fail and file. These aren't things I learned from a course. I learned them by failing, paying attention, and adjusting. Most people fail and forget. I fail and file. Step 3, increase your at-bats. Okay, this is the step that actually doubles your failure rate and your success rate right along with it. Once you're designed for speed and you're running debriefs, the next move is simple. Do more. I have a personal rule. If I'm not getting rejected at least twice a week, I'm not putting myself out there enough. If I'm not getting crickets on at least 1 post per week, I'm playing it too safe. If I'm not hearing "not right now" from potential clients, I'm not making enough offers. Here's what this looks like. Instead of perfecting 1 outreach message, I send 20 and see which 5 get responses. Instead of agonizing over 1 piece of content, I create 4 and see which one lands. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment to pitch my offer, I pitch it to everyone who seems remotely interested and let them decide. You know what happens? I fail more, way more. And I also win more, way more. Think about it like this. 10 swings at 10% success rate equals 1 win. 50 swings at the same 10% success rate is 5 wins. Same skill level, same strategy, 5 times the result. The only difference, you were willing to look stupid 45 times instead of 9. Let me show you the math that completely rewired my brain about failure. Let's say you're trying to sign 5 coaching clients and your close rate is 20%. Pretty typical when you're starting out. If you book 1 discovery call per week, you need 25 calls to get 5 clients. That's 25 weeks, almost 6 months of grinding. And what if you just doubled your activity? 2 calls per week. Same close rate, same offer, same you. Now you hit 5 clients in 12 weeks. You just cut your timeline in half. Not by getting better and by being willing to hear no twice as often. Here's the kicker. By call number 25, you're not closing at 20% anymore. You've learned what works. You've adjusted your pitch. You've handled objections better. Now you're closing at 35%. So your next 5 clients, 7 weeks instead of 12. This is the compounding effect of intelligent failure. You're not just getting more wins, you're getting better faster, which creates even more wins. This is why doubling your rate of failure is the actual definition of success. So if this math is so obvious, why isn't everyone doing this? Here's the real answer. And I say this with empathy because I've been there. We've been conditioned to believe that failure means something about us, that it's embarrassing, that successful people are the ones who got it right the first time. And here's what I need you to understand. Every single person you admire has failed more than you have, not less, more. They've been rejected more. They've posted things that bombed more. They've had offers nobody bought more. They've looked stupid in public more. The difference isn't talent or secrets. The difference is they've separated their self-worth from their results. They've made peace with the fact that growth is ugly, that building anything worthwhile means being bad at it at first, that the fastest way to get good is to be willing to suck publicly and often, that freedom, the freedom to fail without meaning anything about who you are, that's the unlock. That's what separates people who build something real from people who stay stuck in research mode for years. So here's what I want you to do. Not eventually, not when you feel ready, starting today. For the next 30 days, set a goal to double your failure rate. If you normally reach out to 2 people per week, reach out to 4. If you normally post twice a week, post 4 times. If you normally make 1 offer per month, make 1 per week. Track every rejection, every post that flops, every pitch that goes nowhere. And at the end of 30 days, count them up and feel proud of that number. Because that number represents courage. It represents action. It represents someone who refused to let fear win. Here's what I can guarantee. The person who's willing to fail twice as much as you will lap you every single time. Not because they're smarter or more talented or better connected, because they're braver. My definition of success is to double my rate of failure. And if you adopt that same definition for the next 30 days, I promise you, your business, your confidence, and your results will look completely different. The question is, are you willing to look stupid enough times to find out? And look, if you want practical strategies to turn your expertise into a real business without getting paralyzed by fear of doing it wrong, that's exactly what this channel is about. You'll get clarity, systems, and the confidence to take messy action that moves you forward. Because here's the truth. The coaches who land clients consistently aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail faster and adjust smarter. So subscribe if you're ready to fail forward, because the only real failure is the failure to try.